Okie dokie. Welcome, folks, to the very last Sombra video ever going to need. We're gonna simply start this video by letting you know, yeah, Sombra's terrible, everybody hates her, rightly so, and that is what fuels my ability to play her. I have consistently been a top 30% Sombra player. According to Overbuff, right now I'm top 32%, so I'm washed. I'm terrible. Nobody plays against me because they just win. They just win. All right. Most people say that it feels bad to play against Sombra, and I gotta answer why. They say it's the hack and the invisibility. Sometimes it feels like you have to counter swap her just to beat her. Here's some hard truths. Hard truth is that hack and invisibility counter poor cooldown usage and positioning, as well as really bad comms. Positioning and cooldown usage should be obvious. If you're just spamming them, then Sombra can just run up on you, virus you, shoot you, move around you, destroy you. So can anybody. You know, Tracer exists in this game, Reaper exists in this game, they do similar things. When I say bad comps, however, the thing that I'm talking about is chances are you're playing like a Widow, an Ashe, a Hanzo, a Soldier way off in the middle of nowhere, and your team can't ever get to you, can't support you, can't do anything because, well, you're kind of not playing to the team, and you're the problem, not the enemy Sombra. An issue, a lot of problems that people have when they're fighting a Sombra as well is they don't turn around. If you're able to get hacked by a Sombra, and then she's able to kill you, as in she hacks you first, you have the reaction time of a snail, my friend. And I am sorry, but that is... go back to quick play. Go back to quick play, look for some modes, turn up your headphones, something like that. Good Sombras do not hack you first because of reaction time. People who say Sombras are easy are wrong. You gotta know every character, you gotta know every cooldown, you gotta know all of that crap, because your hack does not necessarily shut down everything, but your hack does shut down things that other things don't, including ultimate abilities. When it comes to counter swapping, all I gotta say is welcome to the tank's life. You should appreciate your tank players a lot more. And get off their backs, because I'm going to now solve your problem, your specific problems with Sombra. First, if you're a DPS player, you play Mei or you play Junkrat. Even though Mei's ultimate can be shut down by Sombra's EMP, Mei can spin around in a circle and spy check for you while shooting her primary fire. She can pretty much have all of her abilities shut down Sombra, and she has enough HP to outlast the Sombra. Junkrat's primary fire is strong enough to 2-tap a Sombra, and if she hacks a Junkrat, it doesn't really matter, because Junkrat's abilities are not the core part of his kit. His pure raw down really is way better. Second, if you are a tank, you play Zarya or Winston. Zarya can cleanse hack off of everybody and anybody, and she gets value by the Sombra trying to take solo engages, i.e. that issue of your team having bad positioning, and the Sombra getting them because of bad positioning. The Zarya totally removes that, as long as you're not terrible. Next off, Winston. Winston's bubble cuts off hack, it cuts off everything, it breaks line of sight, you can just dance around. If she tries to leave, you jump on her. If she tries to jump on somebody, you can just jump on her as well. And then bubble her, Thunderdome her. Diva is not as good because Sombra can kind of hack and shut down the Diva and get away from the Diva a lot easier. Third, if you are a support, play Brig. Just play Brig. Sombra doesn't get to play the game if Brig is on your team. Moira, if you're playing a Moira, Sombra does not get to play the game if you're playing Moira properly. She just can't. Alrighty, now how to actually fix her. Not just people's individual problems where they don't know how to counter and don't know how to duel Sombra and don't know any other playstyle other than running down the middle. How do you actually fix her? No matter what, she is a scout or slash rogue kind of character. This comes from her invisibility and her translocator. She is constantly on a sliding scale of an assassin or a disruptor. The assassin comes from her damage and her ability to put that damage wherever she wants, and the disruption comes from her hack. Her virus is now part of that assassin kit as well. When we're talking about hack, we're talking about EMP as well. Hack and EMP are janky as it comes. It has no consistency about what it actually shuts down because it's not just like it shuts down everything, it shuts down some things while not shutting down other things. So it definitely needs some consistency. I think that it should just completely shut down pretty much everything except for roll passes for 1.5 seconds when it comes to the character. To compensate for this, I think that the range from 15 meters should definitely be reeled into 8 meters. This 8 meter is very specific because it prevents things like Reaper Alt from being hacked. Reaper Alt is a bloom in every direction that shoots out in a 8 meter range. That means that Sombra would no longer be able to hack a Reaper out of Alt. This adds a lot to the risk and the reward play, and it also makes it a lot harder for Sombra to be able to hack people out of other alts and interact with alts with the hack ability. I think EMP should still be at that 15 range. Invisibility, invis, the sneaky mode. Honestly, just give me back that 8 second timer. Give us some movement buffs back. I like to be able to go fast for 8 seconds because, you're fighting with your team, you're doing things with your team. The only time you need to be invisible is when you're setting up for an assassination kind of kill, when you want to like translocate, jump around, go in, find that person. Permanent invis is silly. It was, I think, just a really bad cop-out kind of way to try and change her, and it was bad. It's probably the most trolly thing. How many players just sit invis and run around? It's not good for the ally team, and it's an easy way to throw games beyond many other things. The amount of times that invis makes games for the Sombra player not intuitive because they're just invis waiting for a moment is far too much. We need that timer back, and we need mobility back. What she's about. Let's see. Alrighty, Virus is her newest ability. It's good. It's simple, it's easy, it gets the jobs done. If we're going the Assassin's route, I would just like it to travel faster. I don't think it needs more damage. I don't think it really needs to change the DOT. I think the current iteration of it is probably pretty good. We're going the Disruptor, blah blah blah. English is my first language, I swear. I would like to see it affect cooldowns, as Sombra is big at affecting cooldowns to begin with. If it did something like added a 10% increase to the cooldown timer of cooldowns that are already expended, I think that could be maybe not intuitive to players, either fighting it or the Sombra player, but it could be something that goes very kit-wise. Why could it be not intuitive? Because that would mean that there is a huge difference in between somebody having 10 seconds left on a cooldown and somebody having 1 second left on a cooldown. Final thoughts. You don't like Sombra simply because if you're fighting against a Sombra who knows how to play Sombra, you have to play Overwatch. You don't get to play Call of Duty, you don't get to play Warframe, you don't get to play any of the games that you get to play in it, be an anime hero and solo play the game. You have to play Overwatch. It's not just the tanks playing Overwatch when a Sombra's in your lobby. Everybody needs to play Overwatch. And to that, it just means get good, scrub, and stop complaining about my Sombro. I love you guys. If you like this content, like and subscribe, because I love talking about Overwatch. Peace.